Hello, all of you. Good morning. Today we are going to start a new chapter in our revision section. I think all are fresh now to start with the new chapter. Right. Now, whatever again I am telling today to all of the students of 8th standard who are doing the worksheet, sending the worksheet, it is quite good. Who have done it earlier but stopped now, I request them to start sending which are pending all, and especially a very humbly request to those who have not sent a single worksheet also. So please start sending the worksheets, and even the hot questions the students who have got or submitted up to the May end, who have submitted more than 10 worksheets, are being given or being provided with the hot worksheets, hot examples. So there are very few. I want at least 80% student to get the hot questions, so that I will be very much proud of 8th standard. So please do that. Now, here we are going to start with the chapter 3, understanding quadrilaterals. Now, what is quadrilateral? Quadri means multi-sides. Yes, it is multi? No. Quadri, quarter. Quadri comes from quarter. Quarter means fourth part or four. So the image having four sides is called as quadrilateral. A figure having four sides is called as quadrilateral. Now quadrilateral, the basic idea of quadrilateral came from curves. The curves are of different types. We have studied in your previous classes. I have drawn some curves. Can you name this? This is a simple curve. This is a simple curve. Now, is this a simple curve? No. Why? The reason is that this curve is intersecting again and again. So it is not a simple curve. It is a closed curve, but not simple. Why it is closed? Because it is closed in some area. So we will say it is non-simple closed curve. Non-simple closed curve. What about this? It is a purely closed curve. So closed curve. You can even write simple closed curve. Closed. Now, what about this? This is the same. This figure or this figure, any you consider. Here I have drawn the straight lines. Here it is curved. That's all. So, what is about this? Is there difference in this? Yes. Now, see here also they are intersecting. Here also they are intersecting. There any change? So we can write here closed curve, but not simple. Why not simple? because it is intersecting, so that's why it is not simple. And why close? Because it is closing, it is enclosing two areas. So these you have already studied in your class. So now polygon. Polygon is a figure, or it is a combination of straight lines, number of straight lines. When n number of straight lines come together and are joined end to end, we get a larger sided polygon, because n number means we don't know, it can be infinite also. And when n is infinity, we say it is a circle, because circle is nothing but the combination of all. What is the definition of circle? Circle is nothing but the combination of all equidistant point from a fixed point in a given. Now this is a plane. If there is a center of the circle, that is called the fixed point. So all the points which are equidistant, the combination of those equidistant points is called as circle. And circle, this point is such that we can consider it as a simple straight line. One point means one straight line. So n number of straight lines, or we can say infinite, because can you count it? No. So infinite number of straight line, when combined, it becomes, or one by it is joined such that it will get a polygon. That polygon is nothing but a circle. So circle is also a polygon. Remember that. Now polygon. Poly means many. Gon means side. Now this is the Greek letter actually. Bone. Bone means side. So poly means many. As we have polytechnic, so many technical things are together there. So it is polytechnic. Like that polygon. So polygon or polygon means many side or multi-side. So when we say polygons means multi-sided figure. Now multi means two sides, we cannot close it. So obviously there should be minimum 3 sides. So a triangle we can say is a polygon. Then 4 side quadrilateral is a polygon. Okay, so it is a polygon, 4 sides. Now, if I say this is also a polygon, it will have 4 sides. This is also a polygon with 4 sides. Now, one more say 5 sides. This is a polygon. Again, this is a polygon. How many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sides. We can show the polygon of 6 sides also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is also polygon. But there are 2 types of polygons. One is the concave polygon and one is convex polygon. Now what is convex and concave? Concave means larger, convex means smaller. It is for angles. Now here this angle is larger than 180. So this type of polygon is called concave. And these all angles are less than 90. This one angle is more than 180, but the rest are less than 180. That's why it is concave. But here all are less than 180, so it is convex. Here also this angle is larger here this angle is larger than 180. Here is it any larger than 180? No. So this can be written as convex polygon. This is concave. Also this is more than 180. So now this angle I will write here, it is more than 180. Here this is also more than 180. Now these all angles are less than 180, so I will write less than 180. Here also less than 180, and here it is again more than 180. So when more than 180 it is concave, and when less than 180 it is convex. So remember that these convex and concave polygon. Now in geometry we don't have, or the properties of the quadrilateral do not follow, or these figures do not follow the properties of quadrilateral. Hence in the geometry we don't study this type of shapes. So these type of shapes are deleted from study of geometry, and hence we are going to study only one type of polygons, and that are called convex polygons. Remember this, convex polygons are always the geometrical shape, or we can say the standard geometrical shapes. Okay, now in the polygon, when the sides are limited to 4, in any polygon, if n, that is number of sides and angles equal to 4, the number of sides and number of angles, n is nothing but number of sides or angles, we can say, or angles is equal to 4, then such a figure or such a polygon is known as quadrilateral. Is known as quadrilateral. So in this lesson we are going to understand about the quadrilaterals. Now see here students, quadrilateral. Here just remember one thing, that when a polygon having m equal to 4 number of sides or angles, it is known as quadrilateral. Now there are different types of quadrilaterals, and now we are going to see those different types of quadrilaterals. So here I will write the types of quadrilaterals first, or kinds of quadrilaterals. Now, the first kind of quadrilateral is scalene. Now, what do you mean by scalene? Scalene means it is not having any specific property. Just one thing, that 4 sides are there, but not having any specific property. Now see here, neither the opposite pair of sides are equal or same. So any type of, but only one thing is there, it should be a convex polygon. That's it. So it should be convex, means all the interior angles That you have to remember. Okay, so first is the scalene quadrilateral. Now second comes parallelogram. Now in parallelogram, you know the figure of parallelogram? What is that figure? The opposite side or the pair of opposite sides are always equal and parallel. The pairs of opposite sides are equal and parallel. Got it clear? So these are equal also and parallel also. This vertical line indicates for equal and arrows head indicates for parallel. So they are equal and parallel. This is known as parallelogram. Next comes, now this is the scalar and this is the parallelogram. Now the property of parallelogram we will understand, and how one property is increasing, that we will see later. The third one is rectangle. Third one is rectangle. Fourth one is square, rhombus. Fifth, square. Sixth is kite, or I will take kite later on. Sixth one I will take as trapezium. And the last one in this series is nothing but seventh one, height. Is height. Now, what is the difference? Let's understand by the figures. Now, say parallelogram after rectangle, very much simple. The page of your book or the shape of your book, textbook, notebook, all are rectangular. Rhombus. Now, in this, these two sides are equal and parallel. Equal and parallel. This is also opposite side equal and parallel. And secondly, all the angles here are 90 degrees. Okay, here these two angles will be equal and these two angles will be means the opposite sides as well as opposite angles are equal and parallel also. Okay. Rhombus. In rhombus, what we have? See here, I will draw the rhombus here. In rhombus, all the four sides will be equal and the opposite sides are parallel to each. All four sides equal and parallel. The opposite angles are equal. Okay, so this is rhombus. Then comes square. Now square is very easy. Sorry. All the four two sides and four angles equal. This side is parallel and equal to this. This side is parallel and equal to this. Opposite sides, all sides are equal and parallel. Plus the angles are all 90 degrees. Got it clear? So this is nothing but a square. And last but one is trapezium. Now trapezium, one of the side is parallel to the other side, and the two remaining sides are non-parallel, maybe non-equal also. Only this is parallel. So this is trapezium. And finally is the kite. Here in kite, the two adjacent sides are always equal. The pair of adjacent sides are always equal. So these will be equal to this, and these will be equal to this. So this is the kite. Now these are the basic types of quadrilaterals. Scalene triangle doesn't have any special property. It can be anything. The opposite sides may be parallel, maybe one of the pair may be parallel, then it becomes trapezium. Or it may be non-parallel, non-equal, anything it can be. So there is not a fixed property. The property of parallelogram. Now here it is important. What is the property? Opposite sides are equal and parallel. Equal and parallel. This is the first one. And second is opposite angles are for rectangle. These property will be as it is. First of this is as it is. Okay. Here opposite angles are equal. Instead of that, just we have to write all angles are equal. So here the first property remains as it is. For this first property remains as it is. And the second property is that all angles are equal. Now see here, what is changing in this and this? Only the first one is the same. Opposite sides are equal and parallel. But what is changing here? It is changing that here only opposite angles are equal. Here all the four angles are equal. So that much is the change. When that much one simple thing changes, it changes to parallelogram to rectangle. It means that here also the opposite angles are equal. So rectangle is nothing but a polygon with some special property, and that special property is all four angles are equal. So these both property can be included in the rectangle. Then comes rhombus. Now in rhombus, what is there? Opposite sides are equal and parallel, and opposite angles are equal with these. Now these two are there as it is. These two are there, but with that the third property is called rhombus, and that third property is all sides are equal. All sides are equal. Now this is the are included here, and the third is there. Square. Now for the square, we can say these all three properties, that is opposite sides are equal and parallel, opposite angles are equal, all sides are equal, as well as all angles are equal. Means it is the combination of these two and also these two. So the combination of these and this is nothing but square. That is, opposite sides are equal and parallel, opposite angles are equal, all angles are equal, all sides are equal. So this is the combination of these properties. You can see here in every figure, these two special properties are always involved. It means that we can say these all three are nothing but the types of parallelogram only, with having some special property. In this one special property is all angles are equal. In this one special property is all sides are equal. And all angles and all sides are equal in this, means with these two property, all sides and all angles are equal, means it is a square. So very easy to remember this way. Trapezium. In trapezium, what is the property? One pair of opposite sides are parallel. One pair of opposite side is parallel. The other is not parallel. Neither it is said they are equal or nothing. Got it clear? Trapezium. Now, what is trapezium? Trapezium is this kite. Now, in the kite, what is the property of kite? The adjacent sides, or I will write not only the adjacent side, a pair of adjacent sides. Pairs. I will write again, I will add one thing more. Two pairs of adjacent sides are equal. See here, this upper pair and the lower pair, they are equal to one another, and this is the peculiar property of kite. Now, what about the diagonals? So here, if I draw the diagonal, that one more property will be added in this. If I draw the diagonals, you will see that the diagonal bisect each other, only bisect each other, but this is not a right angle. So diagonals bisect each other, they are unequal but bisect each other. In here, the diagonals are equal and also bisect each other. They are equal and bisect each other but not perpendicularly. If I draw here the diagonals are bisecting each other perpendicularly. The diagonals are bisecting each other perpendicularly. Now see here the diagonals are bisected, here the diagonals are bisected, here they are unequal, here they are equal, here also they are unequal, but they bisect each other. Here the diagonals will be equal and also perpendicular bisector of each other. So here the diagonals are equal and also perpendicular bisector of each other. Got it? And lastly, here, because here if I draw the diagonals, they don't have the special property. Yes, we can draw two diagonals only, but they don't have the special property here. Here, in last figure, if I draw a diagonal or two diagonals, you can see that here are the two diagonals. Now you can see one diagonal is bisected. This is at right angle. They bisect perpendicularly. Now vertical diagonal, I will write as one diagonal bisects the other diagonal perpendicularly. One diagonal bisects the other diagonal perpendicularly. So these are the properties that you have to remember. This is very important part of the quadrilateral, because whatever you are going to study in quadrilateral, these you have to remember always. Goodbye for today. Next lesson we'll go for some other properties of quadrilaterals and some exercise you have to solve from the lesson understanding quadrilateral. Thank you.